Hi, this is a recap of the miniseries Tales of the Walking Dead, Episode 4. Our goal is 10,000 subscribers, and only you can help us achieve it. Dr. Charles Everett conducts research in a post-apocalyptic world. He used to study the nature of living beings, but now the dead have become part of that nature. People who have died regardless of the cause. The key factor is that their brains remain intact. Sooner or later, they all turn into walkers. Charles studies the migration of the dead and the behavior of certain individuals. He is convinced that some of them have unique traits, and he has some evidence to support this. For example, one walker is the first to react to sounds, while another leads an entire herd. A special tracker has been placed on specimen number 21. This walker is particularly important to the doctor, and he constantly observes it. But today, the scientist's routine is disrupted. While piloting a drone, he spots a girl trying to escape from the dead. Instead of a hand, she has a homemade prosthetic, which she skillfully uses to fight them off. But something is wrong with her. She looks too weak. A walker with the tracker on its neck attacks her, and she accidentally knocks the device. Seeing this, the doctor decides to help. He pushes the walker aside and covers the girl with his cloak. For some reason, the dead stop chasing them. The girl explains that she was with her group, but they were attacked by walkers. She got separated from the others and now has no idea how to find them. She only knows the location where they were supposed to settle. Emmy follows the doctor and tells him what happened, complaining of severe stomach pain and dizziness. But the man remains silent and simply continues walking toward his home. They arrive at a place marked off with tape. Charles records footage of a very old zombie that can no longer even walk. Then, he heads to his treehouse. The doctor refuses to let the girl inside and tells her she must leave. Emmy begs him to let her in, saying she won't survive, and starts pounding on the walls. Her condition worsens, and she decides to climb up. Using her knife as a step, she makes her way up the tree. The dead surround the house. Emmy complains that she will die soon, and when she turns, she will eat the man. At that moment, Dr. Everett opens the door and lets her in. He prepares a special brew, then checks her backpack and finds berries. He warns her that they are poisonous. If she doesn't drink the brew, she will die by nightfall. After a nauseating night in the treehouse, Emmy wakes up in the morning and decides to get to know the scientist better. He is crafting a new tracker to replace the one she broke. Emmy asks why he does all of this. Dr. Everett explains that walkers are a new species on our planet, and he sees them as an integral part of nature. The girl laughs at his words, saying that she has survived much more than he has and knows that walkers bring only death. But Everett believes that it is humans who destroy everything they touch. Then Emmy notices photos of specimen number 21 and asks who it was to the doctor. He replies that it is just an interesting test subject. The doctor tells Emmy that he once saw specimen number 21 kill a wild dog, but instead of eating it, the walker left the carcass behind, as if it was feeding others. This happened twice. Charles believes this is a sign of caring for its herd. Emmy suspects that this walker was someone important to the doctor, which is why he keeps watching it. She also realizes that when the doctor saved her, he wasn't actually saving her. He was saving specimen number 21. The doctor can't admit it, but deep down he knows she's right. He asks Emmy to leave and points in the direction where her group went. The doctor sets off in search of his lost specimen, but Emmy finds it first. She decides to follow him. Everett keeps searching late into the night, studying his other specimens along the way. Before heading home, he finds a decaying walker and notices that its arm has fallen off. Carefully packing the limb into a bag, the doctor returns to his shelter. There, Emmy is waiting for him. She promises to show him where specimen number 21 is if he helps her reunite with her group. The doctor refuses, not wanting people to settle in this area. But in the end, he agrees. The next day they set out. Along the way, they encounter some fascinating animals. I read that flamingo parents produce something like milk in their throats and regurgitate it into their chick's beak, Emmy says. She knows a lot about birds because she studied them and has always been interested in wildlife. Dr. Everett explains that this place used to be a nature reserve, and now the animals are rapidly repopulating because humans are gone. He warns that if people return, nature will start to suffer again. He once belonged to a research group studying wildlife, and they continued their work even after the apocalypse. They began studying not just animals, but the new inhabitants of the world. the dead. One day, however, a horde of walkers attacked their camp, forcing the group to scatter. Months later, Everett stumbled upon an old treehouse and found his colleague there. After months of loneliness, this was one of the best moments of his life. His colleague became his closest companion, but he soon died of cancer. Before his death, he donated his body to science. That's how he became specimen number 21. Since then, Dr. Everett has been studying him and the surrounding nature, believing his role is only to observe, never to interfere. During their journey, they spot a rare bird. Emmy recognizes it immediately. It's a Victoria crowned pigeon, a species previously thought to be extinct. Dr. Everett is convinced this was only possible because human presence has diminished. He notices how much Emmy loves nature and invites her to stay at his shelter. He's willing to teach her everything he knows so she can carry on his work after he's gone. But Emmy doesn't want to live as a hermit. She dreams of reuniting with her people and suggests that the doctor come with her. In their community, he could teach people to respect nature. The doctor considers her proposal, but at that moment they hear a scream. Emmy recognizes the voice and rushes to help. Two of her friends are being attacked by walkers. The doctor grabs her arm and urges her not to interfere. This is natural selection, he says. Emmy is furious. She bites him and runs to save her friends. It's revealed that the attacking walker is specimen number 21. Number 21 falls into the water. The doctor is only concerned that his beloved walker might drown. Rushing toward the water, he twists his ankle. He begs Emmy for help, but she's furious. "You were willing to let my friends die for a walker," she shouts. Yet, unlike him, she can't just stand by and watch. They throw a rope and start pulling, but suddenly,
"You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay."
a predator emerges from the water and drags the walker to the depths. Emmy is about to leave, but the doctor asks her to stay. "I need your help with my research," he says. He explains that two herds of walkers are migrating and will soon merge into one massive horde that will pass directly through her group's camp. "If you go back there, you'll die," he warns. But Emmy has no intention of staying with someone like him. She walks away and soon finds her friends. Days pass. Dr. Everett remains alone, continuing his observations. He returns to his test subject, only to find that it no longer moves. He records his findings and moves on. When he arrives at the camp where Emmy went, he discovers that everyone there is dead. He tags one of the walkers, but suddenly spots Emmy among them. The doctor's about to place a tracking chip on her and make her his new specimen number 21. But at the last moment, he stops, remembering her beliefs. And with that, the episode ends. Share your thoughts about this episode in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more exciting films.